Hello.
It's time for Purana Talk.
We're doing the Garuda Purana
Section 2,
and
Chapter
13.
13,
Mm-hmm.
and it's titled Obsequial Rites. Garuda said, O Lord of Gods, please tell me, by means of what rite can one prevent a stalemate after death? It parenthetically tells us, since it seems to think we need some explaining, what are the rites that men should do in the world to forestall the state of being a ghost forever? That's what he's really asking.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord said, Please listen. I shall explain briefly the obsequious rites, which we think is maybe not what he means to say. If one desires to attain salvation, one has to perform them oneself. Even in regard to women and children above the age of 5, this is specially insisted on. The rites of Vrishotsarga, gifting away a bull calf, are for forestalling the continuance of ghosthood. Now it's mentioned this gift of a bull. Now it's saying it's a bull calf.
Letting a bull go is the other
Yes,
one.
but it's still Vrishotsarga. It's the same
Yeah. Okay.
ritual. So we're getting a little more detail. It's a young bull.
In this
So
case, anyway.
the rites of Vrishotsarga, no, there's no difference. He's just parenthetically telling us
Oh, okay.
that this is what it is. It's not in the original text. I don't think it's saying parenthetically gifting away of a bull calf, but they haven't told us, as far as I could tell, that it was a calf before.
Right. Just that it was a
It
bull.
was a bull,
Mm-hmm.
so I took that as new information. The rites of Vrishotsarga are for forestalling the continuance of ghosthood. There is no other rite in the world except Vrishotsarga for that purpose. While during his life or after death, if Vrishotsarga is performed, he will never continue for long as a ghost. There is no necessity for other gifts or sacrifices. Garuda said, if Vrishotsarga is to the it means be. If Vrishotsarga is to be performed during the life or after death, at what time has it to be performed, O foremost among gods? Madhusudana, please tell me, if the 16 types of Shraddha are performed, what are their effects on the dead man? The Lord said, if pindas are offered without performing Vrishotsarga, no benefit accrues. Everything given unto the dead is fruitless. If Vrishotsarga is not carried out on the 11th day after death, the ghosthood of the dead becomes eternal, even if hundreds of Shraddhas are performed in his favor. There are other texts that disagree with this. I mean, there are other parts of this text that disagree. The Puranas,
Yeah.
this Purana doesn't agree with that always. Garuda said, if a person dies of snake bite, no funeral rite such as cremation takes place. Similarly, if he dies by drowning or being struck by a horned animal or through weapons or an accident, for how many days do the relatives remain impure? O Lord, please remove my doubts on this point. The Lord said, if he is a Brahmin, impurity lasts for 6 months. If a Kshatriya, 2 months and a half. Excuse me, I'm trying to. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's late. All right. If he's a Brahmin, 6 months. If he's a Kshatriya, 2.5 months. If he's a Vaishya, 1 month and a half. And if a Shudra, it lasts for a month. If a person is gifted some precious articles of different sorts to a worthy receiver and has lived a celibate life when alive, he does not go to a wretched state, even if he dies an unnatural death, like being bit by a snake or drowned or struck by a horned animal. If a person has performed the rite of Vrishotsarga and has lived a celibate life, he goes to Brahmaloka, even if he dies an unnatural death. If a person has lived an unrighteous life, devoid of good conduct, but has performed Vrishotsarga, does not go to the world of Yama after death. So you even screw up if you do have Vrishotsarga and get a better afterlife. So When a person dies, his son, brother, grandson, relative, caste man, or the successor should perform Vishotsarga. If there be no son, the wife can perform Vishotsarga. If no wife, the daughter's son, or the daughter herself can do the same. But in case he has sons, none else should perform Vishotsarga. Garuda said, if one has no kinsmen, such as sons, mother, relatives, wife, or husband, how are the obsequial rites to be performed? By what right are men and women to attain salvation, warding off miseries? O Lord, please dispel. I just sort of looked up and whoop, there we go. Please dispel, please dispel. Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord, please dispel this doubt of mine entirely. The Lord said, in this case, it's Vishnu. There is no salvation for a man without a son. That's what it says. He can never hope to attain heaven. And somehow a man must strive to get a son. Whatever gifts are made by one during the lifetime become beneficial later. Different sorts of delicacies and foodstuffs given by one's hand stand in good stead after death. Cows, plots of land, gold, clothes, foodstuffs, good posts, meaning positions, etc., offered to the needy, succor a man wherever he is. One shall perform sacred rites as long as the body is hale and hearty. Falling sick, one may not feel enthusiastic to do anything, even if prompted by others. Until the rites of obsequies are performed, the dead man, even ever hungry, roams about day and night in the form of airy matter. He is likely to be born again, a worm or an insect or a locust, or in the womb of an evil-minded base woman. He may die immediately after rebirth. As long as the body is healthy, free from sickness, as long as old age is not set in, as long as the power of sense organs is not impaired, as long as there is no risk to life, an intelligent man should endeavor for the welfare of the soul. If it is foolish to begin to dig a well when the house has caught fire.
Little late. Yeah, well, very interesting. Sort of how to become a ghost, how to prevent it. And
they like this Vishotsarga thing, so do that.
Yeah,
you know, 'cause
they seem to want you to give a bull calf to a Brahmin, but I'm not.
Or let it go, which sounds kind of dangerous
at
a funeral.
So, either way, could be interesting.
Maybe pick somebody you don't know. You're never gonna have to see again.
Well, you can always do a
Vishotsarga.
Vishotsarga for somebody you don't know. Because if they don't have sons, there's nobody to do it for them. Except the king.
No, you do it for yourself.
There's no kings
Can you
anymore.
do it for yourself before you die?
Yeah, well, you could do that.
But I'm just thinking about letting a bull go at somebody's funeral. I think this would be a trip.
It didn't say you couldn't catch it again, right?
Not yet, but we just found out it's a calf. I mean, it's been a little sketchy on details.
Yeah, that's true. But it's told us over and over again how important it is.
Vishotsarga. Let the bull go.
Well, I'm sure there's much we could criticize about this practice, but it's interesting that they even have thought through a technology for what to do about this, and so it makes you wonder how big a problem was this that they made this much effort to fix it.
What, hungry ghosts and
yeah.
Oh, big problem.
Must be.
Yeah, mess things up.
They seem to think this is a problem elsewhere in the world too, so it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It's a problem.
Well, it's in a way it is a problem, especially if you look at it this way.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
Okay, well, so feed your ghosts.
Yep.